Hi and welcome again to the channel. On today's video is a mix breakdown aimed for my pro members. Obviously, if you're not pro members, you might not be able to watch the full length of this video because I will be making the first few minutes public, and then to watch the full length you need to become a member. I will also have option if you want to buy the video outright, just one cost each, to just hit me up and I'll tell you where to make a purchase. But for now, obviously becoming a member means that the future video that I intend to do will be readily available for you to watch. And this particular breakdown video, I will show you guys every move that I've done in mixing this record and also why I make the decision, because I feel like why is what tends to be missed on most tutorial videos, because we obviously try to make it as quick as possible, and explaining why can take time. But on this one, because it's aimed for pro members who obviously want to learn everything, so I'll go in depth in explaining everything. One more bonus tip will be I'll show you guys a frequency chart which you can clearly see where each instruments are placed and where they sit nicely without masking each other. And this you can download it free. At least this will be a guide for you when you are mixing your own record. You know where to place each instrument. You can easily look at the chart and see where you can place your kick, for punch, place your bass for growl, and whatnot, even your vocal as well, where you can place it for clarity. So without further ado, let's get on the video. Hi, so here we are on the door. Obviously, when I'm mixing, I tend to start with the kick because I feel like the kick sets the tone to every mix, especially on pop, and rock genres, including Afrobeat. So tackling the kick first gives you a better head start, and also headroom wise, kick tend to be louder than every other thing. So if you get your kick and bass and maybe the snare and clap right, at least you can use that to build your gain staging. So on this record, that was the same thing I did. This is the kick that I have, and I also have one called option kick. So let's just listen to this kick with what I've done, and then I'll bypass them. So let me go ahead and just turn this off so you can hear the kick flat. You notice obviously that this kick now have more, punch and more pronunciation. So what have we done? Just a small EQ. I dipped a little bit around 96 so that, the bass can just sit around there, and also dip around 420 because, I feel like there is where I want to bring clarity back to the kick. So I had to dip it just 2.5 dB. Let me show you guys what they sound like. So just getting rid of that little 2.5 dB make the kick sound more clean. So that's what we've done to the kick. Normally I'll probably maybe throw in a Puigtec EQ and boost a little bit at 60, but for the record I feel like it's not really needed because it's all about what the record need as well, because we don't have to do everything on every mix. You can't say because Puigtec is good for kicks, let me just throw in Puigtec, boost 60 or 30 or 100 hertz just for the sake of boosting. But no, you need to listen to what the record need. So I feel like just getting rid of these two frequencies and then adding a lot of saturation, more like Jason Joshua style. But I didn't go for 6, I only just added 3 NLS. One is mic, then the next one I added Nevo, a bit of Neve color. Then the third one I added spike, which is SSL. So just to get, saturation from the 3 consoles that's been modeled is all I did here. And I was quite happy with the outcome. Now I sent all my kick to all drums, because there is where both the claps, the hi-hats and everything will end up, except the bass and the music and vocals. So they will end up all here. And I also got this bus, which is parallel bus. Let's have a listen to that. I think that's actually one of the reasons why I didn't add a Puigtec directly on the kick, because I'm obviously getting it from this parallel squash. Let's have a listen to that parallel squash. I've got Smasher Pulsar on it, and also the Puigtec, you know, cranking 60 hertz, yes. And also attenuating 4K. So let's have a listen to that, just the parallel. You can see I'm just, you know, blending in a tiny bit of it. Now, if we play it together with the kick, you see how it now make it sound huge. Let me go ahead and exaggerate it. But just tucking it in slightly below, you know, will make it feel like it's just the kick without nothing, but it adds a lot more weight to the kick. So let's quickly move to the next element. Obviously, why I done this is the fact that the kick, I feel like it still need a little bit of, you know, weight added to it. And if you start, you know, cranking the compression on this one, obviously you keep all the transients. So doing it here was the better option. So let's just see how much compression this is getting. You can see it's nearly, you know, 20 dB gain reduction. But the good thing is, because we still have the transient on the main kick, so this one is obviously added parallel compression. You still feel like the kick is compressed and still feel like the kick has got, you know, more life to it transient wise. So it's really, you know, a win-win. Then the next thing is this option kick. Let's have a listen to it. So what I ended up doing with this option kick is I high-passed a bit, just at 40 hertz, and also deep around 75, so that the main kick will sit more prominent there. I added 2 dB at 100, so that, you know, it still sort of give this kick, you know, a bit more of presence, even though there's original kick already, but because they are playing all together. So this is more of a puzzle, trying to make them sound like one kick, but you have a bit of everything, if that makes sense. So that's followed by a compression, just a gentle compression.